We're a two-mum family and my gorgeous wife Kayleigh carried our 10-month-old daughter. We also used her egg, so that puts me as the non-biological, non-carrying mum, and I don't think it's spoken about enough. So today I'm going to be answering some questions that you're too scared to ask. However, I'll tell you who's not too scared to ask, and they are the people of TikTok. So these are genuine questions that people have asked me on TikTok. So the first question is, would you like to carry one day? And the answer is yes. Hopefully one day, if it's in the cards for me, I would love to be pregnant and have that experience. I'm hoping that I will be able to do IVF and carry my egg and like my embryo the same way that my wife did with our daughter. Hopefully I can do that, but if it's not on the cards, like for me, we're lucky enough I can use my wife's embryos in future, or she could, if she agrees, carry again. But we definitely would like to have 2 children and hopefully I'll be able to carry. The next question is, did I struggle to bond with our baby? And the short answer is no, never. Also, people ask, like, how did you bond with your baby? But I just think, so first of all, my wife is like the person I love more than anyone in the world. And she carried and grew this beautiful little baby who is half her. And also even just going through the process from the beginning, so like doing the IVF, like injections and everything, I did those for my wife, and then like I'd speak to the bump, I'd sing to her, I gave her the gossip, like literally she was like, my wife was pregnant, baby's in the belly, and I'm literally like telling her like the gossip from work that day. I'm like, and you'll never guess what. So if you are like the non-biological or non-carrying mum, make sure that you are like really involved in, like, if your partner wants you to do the injections, do them. If you are going to like appointments and scans, make sure you go to those. I think that really helped. And yeah, like talk to the bump, take care of your wife or partner or whoever. And that's pretty much it. I have to say, like, the second that baby was born, well, even before then, I always loved her. So luckily for me, I didn't ever struggle to bond with the baby, but I do know that some people do. Another question we get asked is, did we choose a donor to look like me since we were using my wife's egg? And not really. So we had limited options because of my wife's blood type. If you're rhesus negative, you may know about this, but it can lead to some complications during pregnancy if you're rhesus negative and the donor is rhesus positive. Most people are rhesus positive, and this is never ever an issue for anyone. So basically, just because of that, we had limited options. We wanted to go with a donor who was rhesus negative, so that kind of didn't leave us like with many options of like being fussy over hair color, eye color, things like that. And they ended up just kind of being very generic. I think they had like greenish grayish eyes and light brown hair, you know, nothing that was particularly distinctive. So in the end, yeah, looks didn't really play much of a part when it came to choosing our sperm donor. Question we get asked is like, why didn't I carry, or how did we choose who was going to carry? And to be honest, like, we both wanted to carry a pregnancy. Like, we both wanted that in our lives, and the only real deciding factor of who actually went first was the fact that my wife is slightly older than me. Kayleigh is 29, I'm 27, so there's really like not that much in it, but that was literally all it came down to. And that's only because sometimes things with like fertility treatments and your fertility in general can start to like decline from like 30 to 35. So because I had longer to go before I got to that age, we just chose me to wait and go second and Kayleigh to go first. I feel like this question is like a hot topic. So this is, were you ever jealous of your wife being pregnant. Now, I feel like I have to be completely honest in this. And like, yes and no. So when we like decided who was going to carry, I really wanted to carry. I've wanted to have a baby for so long, and so when we kind of made that decision, I was a bit like, I can't wait for it to be me though. And then once we started doing like all the appointments and the actual treatment, like the injections and things like that, then I no longer felt that way. I was just excited that we were going to have a baby. So as soon as the actual treatment started and the IVF injections, I no longer felt that way at all. It was literally just in the like bit where we did our consultation, and we sort of decided amongst ourselves like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Kayleigh who carries. Something that was actually worse for me was when we knew we wanted to have a baby but we weren't there yet, as in Kayleigh wasn't pregnant yet. I felt really jealous of like straight couples who would announce that they were pregnant and it was a surprise baby. It was really frustrating to be like, oh, why is it so easy for them? And then here we are doing all this hard work for years and we're not there yet. I just wanted to bob in and say, I know that obviously not every straight couple has a smooth, easy trying to conceive journey, and that is not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to like people that we know in our real lives who either have just like had a complete surprise baby, or they've just kind of gone like, oh, we're not actively trying, but we're not making sure it doesn't happen. I don't know. Does that make sense? And it's just happened for them straight away. I'm not trying to dismiss, you know, like the struggles of other people who go through infertility. But if you've been through infertility or have had a lot of hurdles along the way in your trying to conceive journey, you'll know the exact feeling that I'm talking about, where you're like, why is it so easy for them and it's so difficult for us? I hope that makes sense. That is pretty much all the comments I've written down to answer in today's video. I hope that was helpful. If you have any more questions, leave them down below in the comments, and I will do my best to answer anything that I can. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to check out my channel, I post like vlogs with my family and more videos about being a two-mum family, so definitely check it out. Bye!